Hi everybody, thanks for checking out my channel. I'm grateful for the support, and that's why I make these videos. So, if you want to look in the description for anything, if you want to subscribe to my channel, check out my Patreon account, my social media files, my website, anything like that, you can find all that in the description below. So it's been a little while since I did a video on the Chinese third patriarch of Zen, which I'm going through, and if you want to see the previous videos I did on this amazing booklet, they're in the links in the description to the playlist below. So we're on the next page now. I'm going to skip the first little paragraph thing because I already concluded that at the end of my last video. So it says, if you wish to move in the one way, do not dislike the worlds of senses and ideas. Indeed, to embrace them fully is identical with true enlightenment. The wise person attaches to no goals, but the foolish person fetters himself or herself. There is one Dharma without differentiation. Distinctions arise from the clinging needs of the ignorant. To seek mind, big M, with a discriminating mind is the greatest of mistakes. Rest and unrest derive from illusion. With enlightenment, attaching to liking and disliking ceases. All dualities come from ignorant inference. They are like dreams, phantoms, hallucinations. It's foolish to try to grasp them. Gain and loss, right and wrong, finally abandon all such thoughts at once. So I'm going to kind of go a little slowly through this one because it's really so powerful. So first lines, if you wish to move in the one way, so that means if you wish to live in harmony with the universe, to live in the Tao, don't dislike the world of senses and ideas. That means don't dislike this world, because a lot of times in spiritual practice people are taught and teach that there has to be a denial, a turning away from worldly things, which there does. But he goes on to say, indeed, to embrace them fully is identical with true enlightenment, because there might have to be a turning away and a focus inward for a long, long time. But true enlightenment, so he's talking to fairly advanced practitioners, is identical with embracing everything, not denying anything. So embracing the formless, embracing heaven, embracing deep meditative samadhi states, but also embracing the world of senses and ideas, because where we live, we're part of the whole thing too. Although this being illusion, it's still part of it. It's still part of God's creation, our creation. So the wise person attaches to no goals. So it doesn't mean the wise person has no goals. It doesn't mean Mahatma Gandhi wasn't working towards what he was working towards, but he wasn't attached to the goal. So Ram Dass used to use an example with a car, something such as, I'm in my car, it's filled up with gas, I'm intending to drive to Boston. Whether I get to Boston ever is out of my control. But I get in the car, I have every intention of getting to Boston, the car is fully equipped to go to Boston, and I fully expect that I will arrive in Boston. And if I don't arrive in Boston, then it is what it is. So that's without attaching to the goal. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to apply for this job. I'm going to fill out the resume. I'm going to pass the drug test. They should hire me for the job. They told me they liked me. There's no reason I shouldn't get the job. But if I don't get the job, it is what it is. So it doesn't mean the foolish person fetters himself and herself. So the mind is all over the place, attached to things. And it talks about this philosophy in the Tao Te Ching too, being free of goals, free of desire. So there's one Dharma without differentiation. And Dharma, if you're living your Dharma, that basically means you're living your truth. And really, since there is only one of us, and it is only one thing, there is only one Dharma at play in the entire universe. But distinctions arise from the clinging needs of the ignorant. So when we're in our ignorance, our mind clings to certain things, and we see distinctions between everything, everybody, all our thoughts, all life, this and that, right and wrong. And that's why we think that it's not one Dharma without differentiation, due to our ignorance. To seek mind in Zen Buddhism. So, and when they write here in Buddhism in general, mind with a capital M means basically what we in the West might call the soul, or what Hinduism might call the self, or the Atman, or what we might call God, or the kingdom of heaven. To seek mind with the discriminating mind. Now, the discriminating mind means your regular analytical, rational mind, is the greatest of mistakes. So basically, to try to find the truth out by thinking is not going to work, ultimately. That's what they're saying. To seek mind with the discriminating mind is the greatest of mistakes, because you can't really fully think about it. Like a subsystem can't figure out the meta system, or the system that it's meta to. So that's basically the idea behind that. Rest and unrest derive from illusion. With enlightenment, attaching to liking and disliking ceases. And I talk about this a lot, but it doesn't mean that you don't have likes and dislikes, or something you want, something you don't want. But you're not attached to it. So if you get it, it's so far out to think that if you get it, it's just as interesting as if you don't get it. And I always use the example of ice cream or a milkshake, but like, I really, really want an Oreo milkshake. And I go to Dunkin' Donuts, Baskin Robbins, and I say, can I get an Oreo milkshake? And they say, no, we only have chocolate. I'm sorry, sir. That's just as interesting as if I would have got what I wanted. Cool, I didn't get what I wanted. How does that feel? I mean, all it is just, it's just a feeling, a feeling of unfulfilled desire, of unfulfilled wants. So being that's enlightened, being that's totally free, is okay either way. They might stay in a nice hotel because that's what's at hand, but if you were to put them in a crappy motel, they'd be just as okay with that. And that sounds, it makes sense, sounds simple, but try applying that in your life. It's probably extremely difficult due to your clingings of mind. It's easy to be spiritual and equanimous and holy when you're getting your likes and things are going the way you want, but what about when you don't get your likes and things don't go the way you want, and you do something stupid and you get embarrassed, or somebody says something you didn't deserve, or you get hurt, or you get something unjust happens to you, or you spend a bunch of money you knew you shouldn't have spent, or you act compulsively? Are you okay with that? That's the true test of where you're at. And then it says, all dualities, so thinking that there's separateness and distinctions, come from ignorant inference. So from inferring things while we're ignorant. They are like dreams, phantoms, hallucinations. It is foolish to try to grasp them. So it's foolish to cling to anything really in this world, because that's all illusion, So that's why he says they're like dreams, phantoms, and hallucinations. It's foolish to try to grasp them. So it's foolish to try to stand on any ground, to cling to anything, whether it's people, whether it's ideas, even spiritual ideas, whether it's behaviors, comfort things. A good example is try, what do you like? Do you like comfort food? Do you like to eat to feel better at night, or smoke something? Like when you get that feeling, try not doing that and see how that feels. And then the last line, it says, gain and loss, right and wrong, finally abandon all such thoughts at once. This is extremely difficult, because only a very pure, healthy mind can do such a thing, but it's simple in its approach. It's saying, forget about it. Give up your thoughts of gaining and losing, of getting more money and losing money, of gaining friendships and losing friendships, of gaining love and losing love, and your thoughts of right and wrong. Your self-righteousness, basically. Give up your thoughts of this is better than that, this should have happened instead of that. So, which is extremely tough to do, and to even start thinking in that way, but it's simple in its approach, and it's simple in its concept. And now here's a break with a message from our sponsors. Are you tired of paying too much to H&R Block or others to prepare your tax return? Are you finally done pulling your hairs out over TurboTax, or worrying about whether you completed your Form 1040 correctly? Well, worry no longer. With Momcilovic Tax and Accounting, you're in great hands. With over 35 years of experience and over 250 clients to show for, CPA Mile Momcilovic is the accountant you can trust. Straightforward, inexpensive, professional. All it takes is 3 easy steps. Step 1. Email or text us for more information. Step 2, receive an invite email to load your data. Step 3, review and sign your returns electronically in a safe and secure way. The best part about it, he can do your taxes and accounting no matter what state you're in. If you want a knowledgeable licensed expert, he's your guy, with tax returns starting at $125 for single filers and $150 for joint filers. You are guaranteed a fair price and excellent service. Stop the worrying and leave it up to the professional. Email Mile at info@momsilvicaccounting.com, text him at 773-578-0996, or go to momsilvicaccounting.com. Website link and contact information can be found in the description below. To learn more, follow Mom Silvic Tax and Accounting on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Also, if you have any tax or accounting related questions, feel free to contact Mile free of charge.